Agent and host of the syndicated talk radio show Insurance Hour, Karl Susman. Karl, great to see you. I think I don't know if it's necessarily a surprise for people, but we're not even a month out from when these recent wildfires first broke out. State Farm now asking the state of California to improve these rate increases. Are you at all surprised?
Well, not at all, actually. State Farm had put in a request 6 months ago to have an emergency rate increase of 30%, and that never happened. Now we're 6 months later, and we've had this unbelievable catastrophe happen, and they're putting in a request for additional rate increases. This is what you expect to see when there's a company that really needs to get their pricing in balance with what it is that their exposure is. And currently, that's currently not the case at all.
All right, so Karl, the insurance company says that the cost of the wildfires will, quote, further deplete capital, which again is understandable. But what does that really mean? And I think a lot of people want to know, will there still be big executive bonuses?
Well, I think what everyone needs to understand is the rate increase that's being sought today is not going to put money in people's pocket for claims today. That process takes months to implement, and then it takes an entire year for the insurance company to actually collect premiums for that. So fortunately, State Farm has stepped up, and they are doing everything they can to bring money in from their subsidiaries outside of California. They do have money. Most insurance companies will silo their business between different states to protect themselves from major disasters like this. So State Farm is doing the right thing. They're bringing money in from their outside of California bank accounts, if you will, and they're paying these claims. As far as what I expect to see going forward, I think the industry in general is going to start to see rates climbing just based on the sheer fact that the risk profile in California is really, really out of control.
All right, so you mentioned those out-of-state bank accounts. So, Karl, what does this mean for homeowners in the bigger picture, homeowners outside of California? Do we all end up paying more?
Well, I think there's something in the background called reinsurance, which most insurance companies will pay for. And that's basically they're hedging their bets when they're taking bets on us. And that cost has been going up steadily every year for the last decade. That's international. So to some extent, we're already feeling the impact of disasters around the world because of reinsurance. But as far as people across this country go, they should be expecting to see their rates increase because of climate change, simply because we are seeing disaster after disaster after disaster, whether it be a hurricane, a tornado, a flood, a wildfire, earthquake, I shouldn't say, but all of these things end up costing a lot of money. And when we have an insurance company that has to pay those claims, the premiums are going to reflect those risks.
All right, so what is the solution here? I mean, is there any help for homeowners who may be seeing higher bills, or are higher prices just inevitable?
Well, depending on where you live, the price of what you're paying for your insurance can vary. In California, for example, where the wildfires just happened, California ranks as the number 6th least expensive state in the country for homeowners insurance, which seems a little bit odd considering the earthquakes and the wildfires and everything else that happens out here. So I think the first thing we're going to see is some definite rebalancing of premium to risk on the West Coast. And other states are going to be following along with that. For example, Colorado recently created their first FAIR plan, which is basically an organization to pool money together for wildfires. So this is something we're going to be seeing state by state across the entire country.
All right. Host of the talk radio show Insurance Hour, Karl Susman, thank you for breaking that down a little bit for us.
Thank you.